All right, get ready for this one because today's deep dive, well, it takes us straight into like the heart of a Dagestani fight camp.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're breaking down this crazy footage of Demetrious Johnson,
Yeah.
MMA legend, training with Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, it's more than just training footage, right? I mean, you got to imagine yourself there, the UFC Apex,
Yeah.
Islam Makhachev getting ready for a huge fight, that Khabib intensity,
Oh, yeah.
just permeating the air. And then Demetrious Johnson,
That's right.
steps back into MMA training for the first time since retiring.
It's kind of watching a clash of titans.
Yeah.
Right? You've got Demetrious, who's known for his speed and agility.
Yeah.
And he's in this environment that's all about, like, pressure and grappling.
Yeah, you see how Khabib, he blends that brutal efficiency of Dagestani wrestling with that modern MMA. It's like this masterclass in pressure fighting.
Totally.
It's a system that's designed to wear opponents down and just dominate every aspect of the fight.
And Demetrious even mentions that this is his first real MMA practice.
Yeah.
Since his last fight. So you can just, like, see him shaking off the rust.
Yeah, you can see him grappling with that unfamiliar intensity, almost like a language barrier between their styles.
Look like that, yeah.
But he's picking up on those subtle details, like how Khabib uses posture to control opponents.
Right.
That relentless chain wrestling, it's fascinating to watch.
There's this one part where Khabib is coaching Islam on takedown defense against the cage, and he's so focused on posture and hand placement, just like...
Yeah, and using your opponent's momentum against them.
Yeah.
And Islam is locked in, man, absorbing every detail, making these tiny adjustments based on Khabib's feedback.
Right.
Like a masterclass in defensive grappling.
Yeah, total masterclass.
Okay.
But even champions mess up sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Like there's that part where Khabib calls out Demetrious for not, like, jumping high enough during warm-ups.
Right. And Demetrious is such a good sport about it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Even jokes about, being the new guy.
Yeah.
It really highlights that level of discipline, that attention to detail in their whole training philosophy.
Yeah.
Every movement has a purpose.
It's not all serious, though. Like, Khabib even jokes about Demetrious cutting weight to fight at a lower weight class.
Right. Exactly. It goes beyond just competition.
Yeah.
You see three legends, each with a unique path to the top.
Yeah.
All coming together for that shared pursuit of excellence.
And you can see the respect that they have for each other, too.
Oh, absolutely.
They're constantly praising each other's skills. Khabib's calling Demetrious strong, a legend.
Yep.
And Demetrious is acknowledging Islam's talent, calling him one of the best pound for pound.
But what's really interesting?
What's that?
What Khabib reveals about coaching, he describes it as stressful, almost like an obligation.
Yeah, he actually says, I don't like this, but I have to be here.
Right. It's surprisingly vulnerable for someone known for being so stoic.
Totally. It's like he's wrestling with this new challenge. This responsibility to guide the next generation of fighters.
Yeah, and he even talks about doing it for his team, his brothers, for the legacy of Dagestani fighting.
Right.
It's like this sense of duty, of carrying a legacy that seems woven into everything they do.
It's not just about individual achievement. It's like upholding a tradition, a way of life. And speaking of legacies, Demetrious drops this really surprising fact.
Oh, yeah.
About his championship belts.
What's that?
So he only has 6 at home.
What?
Out of a possible 12. Can you believe that?
Oh, man, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it turns out the UFC stopped giving out belts after a while, so he's missing half his collection.
Wow.
It's a glimpse into the business side of MMA. Championship belts have become more than just awards now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like valuable memorabilia.
Totally.
Symbols of a fighter's journey.
It makes you wonder what stories those missing belts could tell, right?
Sure.
But getting back to the training, what stood out to me was Demetrious' perspective on the whole thing.
Yeah. What was that?
He's not there to compete.
Right.
He sees it as this chance to connect with a different style, to learn and grow.
He actually says, I want to connect with them, see their lifestyle of training, see how they help each other.
Yeah.
It's like he's a sponge absorbing everything, even though he's a legend himself.
Yeah, he's a testament to that growth mindset, that constant hunger to learn, even after reaching like the pinnacle of the sport.
And this next bit, it just blew my mind, this conversation about coaching.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
Demetrious just straight up asks him, he's like, how do you like coaching? You like it?
Yeah, and Khabib's answer, I mean, you don't see that too often.
Yeah, it was so raw, so unexpected. Yeah. He's like, no, stressful, I don't like this. But then he adds, but I have to be here.
Yeah, you really get a glimpse into his inner world there. It's not something we see a lot from Khabib.
No.
Especially publicly.
It's like he's wrestling with this whole new challenge.
Yeah, totally.
You know, this responsibility to guide the next generation of fighters.
And he even talks about doing it for his team, for his brothers, for that legacy of Dagestani fighting.
It's like that sense of duty, you know, of carrying a legacy.
Right.
It seems woven into everything they do.
And it's not just about him. It's not just about individual achievement.
Right.
It's about upholding a tradition, a way of life.
And speaking of tradition, did you notice that intriguing figure in the background?
You mean the guy Demetrious calls BJJ Black Belt Gucci?
Yeah, who is this mysterious character?
I know, right? Demetrious even asks Khabib about him.
He's like, who put him in charge, brother?
Yeah, and Khabib just laughs it off.
Yeah, his role's a bit of a mystery.
Yeah, total mystery.
Yeah.
But clearly he's respected within that circle.
For sure, for sure.
It's these little glimpses into their world, you know, that make this footage so compelling.
Totally.
You see these larger-than-life figures, but there's also this sense of community. The shared purpose.
Absolutely. And remember when Khabib talks about his brother Abubakar and his gaming habit?
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to break Abubakar's computer. He played too much.
You can sense the affection behind the teasing, though.
Oh, yeah.
That brotherly bond.
Right. It's a reminder that these fighters, they aren't just machines.
No.
They've got families, personal lives.
Right. A whole world outside the octagon.
A whole world outside the octagon, exactly.
Speaking of the octagon, what about the actual techniques we see?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We see glimpses of their training methods, the drills they're using.
Yeah, there's that sequence where Khabib's coaching Islam on defending takedowns.
Against the cage.
Against the cage, yeah. And he's really emphasizing that posture and using your opponent's momentum.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see how they break down complex movements like that.
Right.
Refining every single detail. You know, they're not just relying on brute strength.
Right.
It's technique, it's strategy.
It's like watching a chess match in slow motion. Yeah. And there's another drill where they're working on transitions from the clinch.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to see how seamlessly they're flowing from strikes to takedowns.
It shows you that they're not just strikers or grapplers.
Right.
They're complete fighters who can adapt to any situation.
And the level of dedication is just mind-blowing.
Oh, absolutely.
They're training multiple times a day, pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
Yeah, Demetrious even jokes about how he can't keep up. He's
like, they trained yesterday, we trained this morning, they're going to train tonight.
My black ass is not training tonight.
I love that. He's exhausted.
Right.
But you can also hear the admiration in his voice.
Yeah, he recognizes the level of commitment it takes to reach that level of excellence. It's a humbling experience, even for a champion like Demetrious.
Totally. And the music adds to that intensity, too. There's this killer track playing.
Oh, yeah.
In the background during their warm-up, it's like this rap song with lyrics about hard work and dedication.
Oh, that's Islam's walkout song, No Laws.
Oh, wow.
The lyrics just perfectly capture the mindset of these fighters, you know? Yeah. Defying the odds, pushing past your limits, achieving greatness.
It's not just about winning.
No, it's about constantly striving for improvement.
And you can see that spirit in everything they do. The focus in their eyes, the determination in their movements.
Yeah, they're constantly pushing each other, refining their techniques, striving for perfection.
And Demetrious even comments on their well-roundedness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's praising their striking, their grappling, and their submissions.
Yeah, that's high praise coming from someone considered one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time.
Totally. It kind of speaks to the universality of certain principles in combat sports.
Right.
You know, no matter your style, there are fundamental skills and attributes that lead to success.
And Demetrious isn't trying to copy their style.
Right.
He's absorbing what he can, learning from their approach, and adding it to his own repertoire.
Which brings us back to that exchange between Demetrious and Khabib about coaching.
Yeah, he's like, how do you like coaching?
Yeah.
And Khabib's answer is so honest and unexpected.
Like, no, stressful.
I don't like this.
But I have to be here.
Yeah.
And he explains that he does it for his team, for his brothers, for the legacy of Dagestani fighting.
You can tell that he's deeply committed to their success.
Yeah.
Even if it pushes him outside of his comfort zone.
Absolutely. It really highlights those sacrifices and challenges of mentorship.
Yeah.
It's not just about sharing your knowledge.
No.
It's about guiding and supporting others.
Right.
Even when it's demanding.
It's a tough job.
It is a tough job.
For sure.
And Khabib takes that responsibility seriously.
Yeah.
He's not just a coach. He's a leader. He's a mentor.
Right.
He's like a figurehead for a whole generation of Dagestani fighters.
Exactly.
You know, this training session, It's not just about watching elite fighters.
No.
It's about observing the dynamics of mentorship, the transfer of knowledge, the building of a legacy.
It's a powerful reminder that even the most accomplished individuals are constantly evolving, learning, and passing on their knowledge to the next generation.
And it's not just about the fighting techniques.
No.
It's about mindset.
It's about discipline.
It's about that relentless pursuit of excellence.
Absolutely. Speaking of mindset, what did you think about Khabib's approach to raising his own children?
Oh, yeah, that was interesting.
He mentions that they train, but they don't compete.
He said they train, but no competition.
Yeah.
It's kind of counterintuitive coming from a champion fighter, don't you think?
It does seem that way on the surface, but I think what Khabib's doing is he's instilling that discipline and that strong work ethic in his kids.
Right.
But he's not forcing them into the competitive arena.
Yeah.
He's allowing them to choose their own path.
It's like even within a family that's so dedicated to martial arts,
there's
still that room for individuality.
Absolutely.
It's like maybe he's even learned from his own struggles with the pressure of competition.
Exactly, and it shows how Khabib is evolving, right?
Yeah.
He went from fierce competitor to dedicated coach and mentor, and now he's a father shaping the next generation.
It's almost poetic when you think about it.
It is. It is.
Speaking of impactful moments, can we talk about that final exchange between Khabib and Demetrious?
Oh, you mean when Khabib invites Demetrious to join his team?
Yeah, that now we welcome to the team line.
Yeah.
It was such a genuine gesture of respect. I mean, these two come from
totally different backgrounds.
Completely different backgrounds and fighting styles. But there's this shared understanding, this bond over excellence.
It just goes to show you that the pursuit of mastery can transcend cultural barriers and connect people from all walks of life.
This whole training session really highlights that. It's not just about the techniques and the drills. It's about that human element, the mentorship.
The respect.
The respect, the shared pursuit of greatness.
Demetrious sums it up perfectly when he says, I don't want to compete. I want to connect with them, see their lifestyle of training, see how they help each other.
It's such a powerful perspective. It's not about proving yourself or being the best. It's about learning, growing, and connecting with others who share your passion.
And that's the beauty of this deep dive. We get this raw, unfiltered look at what it takes to reach the top of the MMA world.
That dedication.
The sacrifice, that relentless pursuit of improvement.
And ultimately, it's about the journey, not just the destination.
Absolutely.
Whether you're an athlete, a musician, an artist, or just someone who's passionate about learning. There's always value in stepping outside your comfort zone.
Seeking out different perspectives, connecting with others who inspire you.
Who knows? You might even find yourself welcomed onto a championship team along the way.
That's right.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this final thought. Imagine training alongside champions, pushing your limits, and discovering new depths of your own potential.
It's a good thought.
A reminder that we're all capable of greatness, no matter where we start.